Good Friday evening, August 22nd, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories coming up for you tonight. The accused fraudster who bilked money out of the Kashmir Valley Bank branch in Leavenworth, as well as banks throughout Washington and other states, is poised to make a plea deal with federal prosecutors. The Grant County Health District is warning of suspected blue-green algae blooms in Moses Lake. A prolonged late summer heat wave is upon us, with record high temperatures possible Sunday through the middle of next week. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. A second person has now been reported as killed in the house fire at 418 East Woodin Avenue in Chelan early Thursday morning. The fire was reported at roughly 5 a.m. and took over an hour to subdue. The house was lost and an adjacent business was damaged, according to Chief Ryan Moody with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. There were reportedly 9 people inside the residence when the fire occurred. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris said positive identification of those who died in the blaze won't take place until next week. 2 other people were injured, but the remaining 5 individuals are still unaccounted for. The Woodin Avenue home was destroyed. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. A recreational vehicle caught fire yesterday while traveling on Highway 97. That led to a wildfire that had to be controlled before highway traffic could resume. The incident began about 3 p.m. near the summit of Blewett Pass, just across the Chelan County line into Kittitas County. Brush and trees on both sides of the highway caught quickly, and firefighters used aircraft and heavy equipment throughout the afternoon to contain it. No evacuation notices were given, but only residents of the town of Liberty were allowed to travel into the area from Lauderdale Junction. All told, the fire grew to about 20 acres before it was cut off. Highway 97 was reopened to normal traffic early this morning. The accused fraudster who bilked money out of the Kashmir Valley Bank branch in Leavenworth, as well as banks throughout Washington and other states, is poised to make a plea deal with federal prosecutors. 51-year-old Andrea Cochran of Texas was allegedly caught on video withdrawing nearly $11,000 from the Leavenworth Bank in May of 2024 using a phony passport to pose as an account holder. Authorities say she pulled the same trick on banks in Chelan, Centralia, West Seattle, and Everett. She was finally arrested in Maine last August after using phony credentials at 2 banks and is now charged with bank fraud, false use of a passport, and aggravated identity theft. Federal court records in Maine show she's offered a guilty plea scheduled to be heard by a judge 1 week from now. Those charges could carry up to 30 years in prison. Cochran still faces local criminal charges in 4 Washington counties, including Chelan. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports the East Wenatchee City Council voted this week to impose a new 0.1% sales tax that takes effect next year. The state legislature passed House Bill 2015 this year, allowing cities to add 0.1% to the sales tax used for criminal justice purposes like staffing police and public defenders. Finance Director Josh DeLay says the new tax is estimated to bring the city an additional $550,000. He also explained to the City Council that the estimated impact to East Wenatchee households is about an additional $23.50 per year. Most groceries, gas, and other items like prescription medications would be exempt from that tax. When we come back, a state agency that reviews major building projects for local governments has said yes to Rivercom's plan for a new dispatch center. And Lakeside Park in Chelan will be closed for several months after Labor Day for a renovation project that will modernize that park. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms. Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
A state agency that reviews major building projects for local governments has said yes to Rivercom's plan for a new dispatch center. The Wenatchee Valley 911 agency serves both Chelan and Douglas counties and says it's outgrown its borrowed space in the upper story of the Wenatchee Police Department. The Washington State Project Review Committee gave the go-ahead for Rivercom to build a new $26 million service center on land it's purchased in East Wenatchee. Funding is still an issue since the state legislature failed to approve a $10 million grant for the project earlier this year. But Rivercom Director Doug Jones says PRC approval is an important step forward since it allows a building contractor to be involved in the planning and design phase. That could save additional costs and avoid delays along the way. The Grant County Health District is warning of suspected blue-green algae blooms in Moses Lake. Blue-green algae can produce toxins that cause serious illness in people, pets, and livestock. Symptoms may take 30 minutes to 24 hours to appear and include nausea, abdominal pain, severe thirst, and weakness. The suspected blue-green algae blooms were observed in North Moses Lake and Lewis Horn advisory areas. Toxin results will be available next week and posted on the Health District's website. Lakeside Park in Chelan will be closed for several months after Labor Day for a renovation project that will modernize the park. The city announced yesterday that construction on the popular space for swimmers and boaters will improve safety, accessibility, and family fun. The project includes new ADA-compliant features in the bathrooms and walkways, updated playground equipment, a dock replacement, and landscaping. The $1.2 million project is funded through a federal land and water conservation grant and city matching funds. The park will close on September 2nd and construction will begin shortly after. The work is expected to be complete in the spring. Coming up next, the Trades District, a collection of 12 small business spaces for startup entrepreneurs in East Wenatchee, officially opened on Wednesday with the ribbon-cutting ceremony. We'll have more in tonight's feature story. Unseasonably hot weather is here, and beginning on Sunday, we could set 4 straight record-high temperatures. I'll have all your local weather details coming up, as well as Dan Kuntz with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Click It RV is the home of the lowest price guarantee on new and used RVs. Our summer sell-down sales event is happening now. Shop new and used RVs from all the major manufacturers. Up to $6,000 over NADA for your trade through August. 0 down and no payments for 6 months. And get a free Traeger grill with every purchase. Plus, it's your last chance to win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash drawn at the end of August.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
Don't miss Click It RV's summer sale-down sales event now through August.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't just enjoy the outdoors, we live for it. It's in the cast of a line, the crunch of a trail, and the joy on a kid's face when they catch their first fish. Out here, we connect, we laugh, reflect, and make memories that last generations. And when the day's done, there's a place we all come home to. Abby's Legendary Pizza, rooted in the Northwest, built on community, and always ready to serve our outdoor legends. If you love the outdoors, at Abby's, you're already family.
In tonight's features story, the Trades District, a collection of 12 small business spaces for startup entrepreneurs in East Wenatchee, officially opened on Wednesday with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The event included many featured speakers, including Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority CEO Jim Kuntz and State Representative Mike Steele. All the business hubs have now been spoken for. Owners are moving in and preparing to open their spaces up to the community.
Thought I'd speak just briefly of how we got here today, a little bit of history of this site. So originally it was a company called Gigawatt who leased this property from the Port of Douglas County to build up to 26 small pod buildings to be in the Bitcoin operation business. And then during the construction phase, unfortunately, they went bankrupt in 2018, and the bankruptcy court, for good or worse, deeded over partially completed buildings to the Port of Douglas County and said the site is all yours again. So it was quite a challenge, and some of the buildings were framed, and there were a whole host of buildings that they're just concrete foundations. So the Regional Port Board in October of 2020, so basically 5 years ago, the Regional Port Board said, let's do a feasibility study on building small business incubator buildings. We know that it is hard in the greater Wenatchee Valley to get reasonably priced production space, especially for businesses that are on the grow and want to start up. So we hired Forte Architects, did a feasibility study, and the concept seemed to make some sense. And so 5 years later, we are here dedicating this facility. And you may ask, is there enough demand for these 12 buildings? And I'm pleased to announce today, all 12 buildings have been spoken for small business startups.
This is truly something that I think will benefit our community for generations to come. And this is why we all do the things we do at the legislature. This is all about community building. And this is truly the best part of the job. When you get to come to these sorts of things and see the opportunities that our communities can create together, and keep in mind, this is all your taxpayer money. This is not my money, this is not our money, this is your money, and this is what we do with it to make things better for the communities we serve.
It's a place where ideas can grow, where businesses can take root, and where our community can come together in new and innovative ways. I'm so proud that our studio will be part of this story, and I'm excited to welcome more people into this space. On behalf of Amanda and I, we want to thank the Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority and the commissioners, project partners, and everyone who worked so hard on this project. We're thrilled to be tenants here, and I can't wait to see the Trades District become a hub of small businesses and where community can enjoy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and I hope you had a great end to this work week. Today, the beginning of a heat wave that we've been talking about going back all the way to Monday. It was a hot and sunny day today and made for just a beautiful shot outside our weather window up in Lake Wenatchee this afternoon. And as I mentioned, nothing but crystal clear skies throughout North Central Washington today. And get used to that. We are in for a prolonged heat wave that will last through the weekend and most of next week. Major heat risk in red, extreme heat risk in purple, and look where Wenatchee falls in Saturday and Sunday. Major heat risk upgrading to an extreme heat risk for both Monday and Tuesday. As I mentioned earlier, we could set record high temperatures Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and once again on Wednesday of next week. So get ready for some hot weather. Today, the beginning of that. Unofficially, we topped off at 93 degrees today. 85 is our normal high, 100 our record high, and that was set in 1961. 61 this morning, and I hope you enjoyed that because from now until the end of next week, we're talking lows in the 70s just about every single night. 60 is our normal overnight low, and 43 our record set way back in 1960. Sunrise 6:07 this morning, and the sun sets tonight at 7:59. All right, let's get you into this hot weekend beginning tomorrow. 98 all over the board. Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, also here in Wenatchee, up into Eniat, Chelan, Omak. We will all see 98 tomorrow. Even usually cool Lake Wenatchee will have 94 degrees tomorrow afternoon, 96 in Leavenworth, and 97 the high temperature in Kashmir. Those won't be records, but wait till we get to Sunday. Tonight, clear skies. Here's our big ridge of high pressure up and over the northwest. We will see lows tonight. Not bad, mid to upper 60s for most of us tonight. And then as we get you into Saturday, boy, look out. Mostly sunny. Maybe some high clouds in the afternoon will keep that heat back a little bit for Saturday, but we should top out in the upper 90s on Saturday. 101 is our record for Saturday. Here we go with our record-setting days. Mostly sunny on Sunday, 98 our old record. We expect temperatures on Sunday to be right around 100 degrees to end our weekend. And then, boy, next week is going to be hot. Sunny with record highs. There's that ridge and clear skies. 97 our old record. I think we could see 101 for a high temperature to kick off our next work week. Not much is going to change into our Tuesday either. Little thermal low will develop in eastern Washington. Really won't affect us that much. Our old record high on Tuesday, 95. We could see 101 once again on Tuesday. And then as we get you into Wednesday, sunny with record highs possible once again. Our old record for Wednesday, 96. I'm thinking near 100 degrees. So that's 4 days in a row of record highs Sunday through Wednesday. And then as we get you into the end of our forecast on Thursday, sunny skies, all kinds of weather features around the northwest. But the bottom line for us, even though it will be slightly cooler on Thursday, we are still talking afternoon highs into the mid 90s. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. 67 overnight tonight, 98 to start our weekend on Saturday. And then the hot weather is upon us. 100 on Sunday, 101 on both Monday and Tuesday. Sunny and 99 Wednesday. Continue with the sunshine on Thursday, slightly cooler with a high then of 96 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between
High school sports is back this fall on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch East Wenatchee and Cashmere games right here. Coverage is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Watch high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Happy Friday, everybody. Full disclosure, it's late August. This is the absolute deadest time for sports. I got almost nothing for you. Now, of course, we don't have any Mariner highlights because the Mariners didn't play yesterday. We'll get to that in a minute. Seahawks play on Saturday. Game doesn't count. I mean, what's the point there? The Apple Sox are done. There's no racing at the WVSO this weekend. The Wenatchee Wild haven't quite fired up yet. Prep sports is getting going. They're practicing. Football's practicing now, and the rest of the fall prep sports, they start practicing on Monday. But I just want to let you know that today's sports report is pretty short. But we will start with the Mariners. They are back in the Emerald City after a pretty miserable road trip. The Athletics, their old friends, will be in town, the first of a 3-game series. Seattle plays pretty good at home, but there's one thing about the Athletics that kind of snuck me up on. They have the second-ranked team batting average in the league. They hit the ball well. They're hitting .254. Mariners are 3-7 in their last 10 games. The A's are 7-3 in their last 10 games. Plus, they won last night as well. First pitch on Root Sports is at 7:10. Brian Wu will pitch. American League West scoreboard. Mariners didn't play, neither did the Angels. Houston played, they won. So the Mariners are now 2 games behind the Astros. Rangers lost to the Royals 6-4. Texas falls to 7.5 back. And again, the Athletics come into town tonight on a winning note. Well, the Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers had a practice game. Well, they had a practice session at the Green Bay facility there yesterday morning. Had a couple of fights, a couple of scuffles as these two teams just scrimmaged against each other. It wasn't a game. Coach Mike McDonald wasn't really too concerned about the extra activities. He held a press conference after the game to talk to the local media. The press conference was 16 minutes long, and I was able to squeeze 90 seconds worth of news out of it.
Good to see everybody here. It's great work. First, just want to thank Matt and the Packers organization for hosting us. Been great hosts so far. I mean, it was really cool to see the guys, come down the road here, getting ready for practice with all the kids on the bikes and stuff. So it's been a great experience for us, and I thought we had a great practice. Got a lot of good stuff that came out of it, I think, and there'll be a lot more on tape when we get to watch it. So look forward to that, and then getting ready for our game on Saturday. So good stuff. And I think when you get like big people, it's just because you're just kind of everyone's trying to figure everything out and things like that. So. But our guys they stayed composed after those things, kind of came back down and executed the second half of practice. So that was good to see. It's hard to tell like what happened, who said what. I mean, look, you want your guys to defend their guys. There's a line, whether we go past the line. I don't think we did, which is good. our guys stay composed, but some of these things do tend to happen, and when however it gets started, who knows how it works. Hopefully it's not our guys, but people are going to react to a certain extent, and but I think our guys handled it pretty well. Chelan's going to start the game at quarterback. He's going to play the whole game. It's going to be awesome. Our starters probably won't be out there. Matter of fact, they won't be. And so the guys that after those guys will go rock and roll, and let's go have a great football game. Let's go play our style of ball.
Again, the Hawks and the Packers, their last preseason game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You can watch it on King 5. The next big day for Seahawk fans, next Tuesday. That's when the league requires all 30 teams or 32 teams to cut their roster down to 53 active players plus injured reserve, plus, practice squad and things like that. I am still well short of time allotted here for sports, so to fill up the rest of the sports segment from 4 years ago, here's Grant Olson getting hit in the head with a basketball.
All right, our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE channel. I'm joined now by East. It's over. It's got hit in the head with the ball.
And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Have a good Friday.
All right, our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE channel. I'm joined now by East. It's over. It's got hit in the head with the ball.
And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And finally tonight, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife has developed an animal zodiac for your daily astrology reading. Just for fun, the agency matched up the 12 astrological sun signs with the state's species of greatest conservation need. If you're a Leo, your zodiac animal is the sea otter, known for its confidence, good grooming, and love for attention. For Virgo, which comes into effect this weekend, congratulations, you've got the giant Palouse earthworm, famous for logic, perfectionism, and a great work ethic. You can view the full Washington Animal Zodiac on Fish and Wildlife's Facebook page. And that will do it for this edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app. And now you can watch all of NCWLIFE's 24/7 programming without cable. Our channel is available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the NCWLIFE app to your devices and share the news with friends and family. You can email us with news tips anytime at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and enjoy this hot weekend ahead.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.